I've never experienced anything like this ever in my life, and I don't ever want to ever again.
Some parents are telling us they are just flat out angry after sending their children thousands of miles away to a prestigious basketball boarding school that's located right here in the valley.
Morgan Lowe investigates accusations that this high-priced boarding school is barely taking care of the kids.
This is high school basketball with some of the most elite young players in the country. The team in gray is Phoenix's Hillcrest Prep.
We were seen by hundreds of college coaches. We played on ESPN.
Matt Allen is the director of Hillcrest. It is a prep school, not a traditional high school. The focus here is basketball, and the players come from all over the country.
For the most part, we want a kid that is serious about basketball, but also serious about school.
Last season, Hillcrest had the #2 ranked high school player in the country and won a national championship. But a CBS 5 investigation uncovered complaints about the schooling, the living conditions, and the supervision of the young players.
I was expecting better competition, actual dorms, going to school.
Malik White, who lives in Portland, Maine, enrolled in the Hillcrest post-grad program last year. An extra year of school, SAT improvement, and basketball coaching with the goal of landing a college scholarship. Malik's mother says it was an expensive mistake.
Absolutely none of those things happened. There were no SATs, there were no classes. They did not play in any type of tournaments. None of that was true.
Tuition at Hillcrest runs as high as $35,000 a year, making it one of the most expensive high schools in the state. And yet there are no classrooms, no dorms, and no teachers on staff. Most of the students end up taking their classes through a free online charter school. This is a picture of the sleeping arrangements one parent emailed to CBS 5 Investigates. They say it was common for students to sleep on the floor in a house the school rents.
They had mattresses on the floor. My son was sleeping in the couch.
Karen Stevenson sent her son Shamil to Hillcrest all the way from Toronto, Canada, for his senior year of high school.
If you're paying that kind of money, your kids need to be taken care of. They need to have proper food. They need to make sure they have proper lodging.
Karen says the players ate pizza, pastries, and food from a food bank.
How can you feed athletes pizza all the time? They're growing boys. They need to eat healthy meals.
At the start of this last school year, 5 players were allegedly involved in an armed robbery. That's according to court records CBS 5 Investigates obtained. When police arrested one of the players, he would not disclose the name of his friends because that would be snitching. 2 players were charged with felony armed robbery.
That was the day my mom left. I was like, man, right then something clicked in my head, this is not what I thought it was.
Hillcrest officials sent us a statement that reads in part, "Those are false accusations. The vast majority of our student athletes enjoy an incredibly positive experience with our organization, and their lives are changed for the better." Several former students emailed us praising their time at Hillcrest. Coach Nick and Coach Allen helped me at a time when I ran out of options. I'm now playing NCAA Division I basketball. Thanks to Hillcrest, I was nationally recruited, and they helped me mature as a basketball player and a man. There is no argument that Hillcrest Prep is successful on the basketball court. Several players are moving on to big-time Division I programs, including Shamil Stevenson, who's playing for the University of Pittsburgh next season. But his mom says that was in spite of his experience at Hillcrest, not as a result of it. Did the Hillcrest people deliver what they promised?
They never met none of my expectations, not one of them.
The #2 high school ranked sophomore in the country just announced he is coming to Hillcrest for the next school year. Hillcrest officials did not agree to an on-camera interview to address the complaints against their program. Chris and Scene.